Financial disclaimer. The information provided in this stream is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered as professional financial or investment advice. We are not licensed financial advisors, and the content presented here is based on our personal opinions and experiences. Investing in stocks and other financial instruments involves risk, including the potential loss of capital. Any investment decisions you make are solely your own responsibility, and you should conduct your own research and consult with a qualified financial professional before making any investment choices. The content we share on this stream may not be accurate, complete, or up to date. Market conditions and financial regulations can change rapidly, and we cannot guarantee the accuracy or reliability of the information presented. We do not endorse or promote any specific stocks, companies, or investment strategies. Any actions you take based on the content of this stream are at your own risk, and we will not be held liable for any losses or damages that may occur as a result. Always remember that past performance is not indicative of future results, and no investment is guaranteed to be profitable. Make informed decisions and consider your risk tolerance before investing any funds. By accessing and using this stream, you acknowledge and agree that we are not responsible for any investment decisions you make as a result of the content presented. You are encouraged to seek advice from qualified financial professionals for personalized guidance. Please invest responsibly, and only with money you can afford to lose.
Hey man, just found the next guaranteed multi-bagger.
Hey man, you found another one? What is it this time?
Come check this out.
Okay, next please. How can I help you, young man?
We want to go all in on XPOF. We still trust the old CEO and we believe that there's exponential growth from here.
Well, that's fantastic. A really smart decision, young man. We can put that check and it's gone.
Hey everyone, welcome to Laughing Stock. And have you seen this shit? Have you seen this? I think this is something that has happened a while ago, but now they suspended the CEO, Anthony Geisler, for pretty much misleading investors. And I think I haven't looked too much into this case, to be honest, but I think if he is guilty of doing this, he is in trouble. There's a Seeking Alpha article on it, and it basically says like they've suspended this guy. The investigations include allegation of securities fraud and a lack of transparency by the company. Under the direction of Geisler, Exponential is accused of misleading investors by inflating same-store sales and average unit volumes metrics as measures of the health of the franchises. The company is also accused of falsely claiming the company has never closed a store, that average stores are not losing money, and for not disclosing that 80% of Exponential's brands have unprofitable business models. So pretty serious stuff, pretty heavy stuff to be accused of. So of course, if he is guilty here, I think he deserves a penalty that is pretty harsh, because you know, I hate when people are doing stuff like this. People are losing money, and you know, it's tough enough in the world today, and people are investing in good faith, and then you have someone who is just trying to pocket some of his own money and save himself. So I don't know about the case, but I think if he has done what the accusations are, I think he deserves a pretty harsh punishment, to be honest. I just wanted to throw it in for the intro video today. Stupid, it's down 31%, I think, today. Or not today, but yesterday. And let's see where this goes, because this looks a bit ugly. I can pull up the chart here. Here we go. Look at this fall from, it has cut in half in just a month time, and now breaking down underneath the 52-week low here. So, but they have appointed a new CEO, so just wanted to explain the intro video today, and you know, look at this. A lot of buy ratings, probably based on the information. And then it's all a lie. So I don't have sympathy for people who are doing like this if he's guilty of this. So that's alright. Caught me by surprise a bit, because I saw the fall and I was looking for tickers to use in the intro video, and then I checked the news, and you know, with the fraud allegations and stuff like that, I hate stuff like that. So yeah, then I checked it. But moving on, you might notice that the Ranger Dayne is missing in action today, and he is in a place where he struggles with his internet connection, so he couldn't jump on today, and I think he will be away for his Tuesday stream as well. So I might also do the Tuesday one, and he will do the Thursday one. I think we have not fully agreed on that yet, but I think I think that's a solution that we will go for. And then you will see Dayne again on Thursday, hopefully. And if not, check our Twitter profile and we will update you on what's going on. But yeah, that's why he's not here today, and that's good. I mean, that's not good, but that's okay, because things happen. I don't remember if it was last week or whatever, but then I was busy and we had to postpone it to a Sunday. So things happen in our lives, you know, that we just can't get away from for prioritizing a stream. But I thought I should jump on just maybe a bit shorter one today, where I go through a few things. I had one on Thursday, so there's not so many new things, but I have pulled up a few tickers, and I was planning to go through some industries and maybe update my view on some of the tickers in my tracker sheet. So that's like the agenda I have for today, and let's see where it goes. But yeah, that's why Dayne is not here. He struggles with his internet connection right now, so he couldn't be on. But it's okay. We will try to maybe switch times this coming week, and then be together again on Saturday. So that's gonna be good. I saw here in the dashboard, it's just like a few things down. Wheat and corn is up. You know, reference to ALTO. You want them to be a bit cheap, but they have been, though. It's a historical, you know, see this fall here all the way down to here, and this is February this year, so it's on the way up a bit now. Same with the wheat. Not sure if, yeah, you see they move the same, so just interesting to watch. And I got a question from Max on my last stream on Thursday, why I'm not more diversified. And if you have followed the streams, I've talked a bit about it in the past few streams, you know. Because right now my only ticker in my portfolio is ALTO, and I don't want it to be just one ticker. But my history there is I went into ALTO too early, so I'm on the minus side right now. But I have been averaging down on a number of occasions. And got my average substantially down, actually, from my initial price. And I still believe in the thesis there. I'm not so negative that other people are, but I can understand the negative sentiment as well. But I'm not going to spend too much time on ALTO today. I just want to explain it again, so it's clear to everyone who is following that I would like to diversify more. I think it's smart to do. But my money is a bit tied up in ALTO because I missed my timing on it. So, and then I have taken the opportunity to average down and kind of spend my cash on that, which then leads me to the other point that I in my personal situation right now, I don't have cash to spend to diversify too much right now, but that's a goal I have for the year. So you will see me buy other tickers, and I told Max in the comments that there are a lot of interesting opportunities right now that I probably would buy if I had the money to do it. but right now I can't do it, and that's okay. But that's just I'm not giving any advice on the stream. Like you see our disclaimers and stuff like that. But in general, I think it's a good advice to not be all in on a stock. I think to have a few at least is a good way. And you've seen Dane and me talk about it in the past, like portfolio management, how the portfolio should look like. And you know, Dane, he bought a heaps of tickers now. And diversified a lot, which I kind of want as well. Maybe not 30-40 like he has right now, but I want to have at least 10, I think. And you will probably see me get there at some point, but yeah, I just wanted to address and always keep in mind we have other portfolios outside of these ones that we show on the stream. So I have other stuff with the other investments in my life, you know. So this is just one of them. And where the strategy is pretty clear to take on a bit more of risk, and ALTO is still interesting for me, but I must say if they fumble this year on the carbon sequestration program, and maybe if they don't sell off their Western plans, that can change my view drastically on ALTO. So I'm getting to a point where I'm considering my options, but I still want to sit this through and see where they land. And I think it will work out still. So that's my view on it. And that's why I have spent my cash on averaging down on ALTO instead of diversifying right now. But normally I would, if I had some cash, I would diversify a bit more. I just want to make that clear, because I showed the portfolio in the tracker sheet. And you can only see my one position right now, and that's not normal for me. So it's and you know, the backstory here is also with BNED. I sold out on a few tickers to put into BNED, and then BNED didn't work out, so I lost some money there. So you know, it's just a personal situation right now, and it's okay. Let's see where ALTO is going. I just wanted to address that before I move on, but I'm not going to spend too much time on ALTO today. Yeah, not too much in the sheet. So canopy down again, huge, going up and down these days. Bitcoin Trust is down, and it's still around 60,000 on the Bitcoin, actual Bitcoin price. I see Tesla 168. Silver kept held up pretty good actually. It is down, but not so much. So you know, silver on Thursday was up a lot. Look at this. So let's see where this is going, and that's why I kind of wanted to go through some industries today and sectors to try to find some stuff. But yeah, might be a bit of a shorter stream today. And then I will see you again on Tuesday probably, and see what the markets has done until then. But yeah, let's move into the daily movers then. Maybe not the daily, because I've walked through them already and I pulled up like 2 tickers from it. But we can move to the weekly movers. I haven't done some work on them. So here's my weekly movers, and usually this is a bit of a longer list. And I just want to scroll through and see the insiders here before, because I see 3 new here. Is that a bank or something, or? Telecommunication. Let's see what this is. No, not the biggest buy in the world. But they all have been buying 7 of May. Small buys though, except maybe this one and this one. This one is good. It's interesting though, because obviously they have all bought at the same day, and then the filings were a bit different, but they have bought at the same price almost, all of them as well. So what is this company? SHEN Shenandoah Telecommunication Company, together with subsidiary provides a range of broadband communication services and cell towers co-location space in the mid-Atlantic portion of the United States. Its broadband segment offers broadband, video, and voice services to residential and commercial customers in Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Kentucky via hybrid fiber coaxial cable under SHEN brand, fiber optic services under the Glow Fiber brand, and fixed wireless network service under Beam brand name. This segment leases fiber and provides Ethernet and wavelength fiber optic services. In addition, the company offers voice and digital subscriber line telephone services. The company's tower segment owns 220 cell towers and leases colocation space on the towers. Shenandoah Telecommunication Company was founded in 1902 and is based in Edinburgh, Virginia. The US company, and they are trading not as close to the 52-week low that I like, but they are 30% from it, so it's not like they are far away from it. However, the metrics isn't crazy good, but might be worth pulling these guys up. Just because of the insider buy, and you can see here quickly on the chart, it actually went down to 12, and they bought at 14, right? And which day was that? 30 of April. They bought in the beginning of May. They bought around here. This guy is writing a lot. Not very bearish though. I mean bullish. And has he been right on that? Here he had a hold rating. Down 13% since then. Here we had a sell rating. You got that one right. And now he has a hold rating, which are very, very close together, these articles. Let's check a little bit what he's saying. However, this situation makes a sale likely, and two methods to calculate purchase price show some upside potential in the event of a sale. I don't like to have that as the thesis. But he's also he doesn't have a whole buy rating. And he's saying like he's upgrading from sell to hold, as investors with existing positions may consider holding out for beneficial sale. Yeah, I'm not gonna pull them up, I think. We can check the chart real quick. You know, probably here at 12, this is a bit interesting. Let's pull them up actually, just to check the fundamentals. Doesn't hurt us, right? We can revisit them later then. Let's move on. That's the only recent purchase I saw here. But I saw another one with the... Like this one has some... Oh, that's the solar company. We've done them. This one had 11. You see here, they turn black, so we have done them also in the past. What is going on here with the small ones, but a lot though. Yeah. And some massive sales. That's actually a lot of sales. Here another one of Forward Air Corporation. We have done them as well. Tegen, too tiny of a market cap, 17 million. I'm not doing those anymore now. That's too little for me. Oh, ALTO, not in a good way, but they show up in the weekly movers. Down 13% since the report, which I think is stupid. I don't think that deserved to be down so much on that report. I just see it's pretty close to the 52-week low now. Of course, if you just go back till April, it was down to 127. So because we are now in May, the 52-week low has changed a bit, but it's a bit of a, you need to have that in the back of your head. It's still, I expect this to go up to 190 again to $2 pretty quickly, to be honest. Okay, let's check here then. iHeart Media, I don't want to do them. I've done them before. Dog Element. What is this? Real estate? Yeah, no. We skip those. We skip those. ODP. Special day story. Down 22% for the week. I think we can pull these up. Provide business services, supplies, products, and digital workspace technology solutions for small, medium enterprise. The company operates in two divisions, business solution and retail. The business solution division offers office supply products and services, cleaning and break room supplies, technology services, copy and print service, and office furniture products and services through sales forces, catalogs, and telesales. Yeah, we are pulling them up. ODP. Where are you? ODP, there. And I'm just checking these quick metrics. Everything in the sheet is meaningful to me, so I'm taking a quick glance at everything. You see I have it sorted to the 52-week lows here, so I know already that these are pretty heavily down for the year. All of them. Oh, we have Nicola down 16%. Tough company to be in. The REIT. I will not touch the REITs right now. Myers Industries. Let's check them out. MIYE. Let's check these guys out. Where are we? Here. Look at the market cap. I'm not sure if that is in dollar though, because it's a Brazilian company. Let's check them on Seeking. Oh my god. What is going on? I want to highlight this. 14.5 billion. And my sheet we're showing. Where are you? These ones. Yeah, so it's not in US dollars. But still big though. Huge. BGS have done them in the past 3 months, that is. That's why they turned black, so I know I've done them so I can save some time and not do research 2 times on company in the last 3 months. Financial banks, I'm not doing the banks right now. What do I have here? REIT, insurance, same there. Should probably, I don't want to filter out the insurance and banks, but it's, I never look at them, but then I keep in mind like a year ago something, there was a bank, small bank crisis, and in hindsight that was buying opportunity for banks. Big time actually, and you saw a lot of inside buys as well, and they were flooding their sheets, like the screener sheets. So it's hard for me to take the decision to filter them up, because something that can happen again, and then I want to be ready. You know me, I have filtered out the biotech industry already. And now we are moving into like bigger than 20% from the 52-week low, which is, I'm still going to look at them, but I mean, when I come to a massive percentage up there, I might not be so interested. And look at my sheet now. These four turn into a error, and that happens every now and then on the weekends. So I'm not sure if we're gonna get this data back right now, but it's okay. I have what I need anyways to screen. Self, that's also a REIT. TripAdvisor, okay. Let's check out TripAdvisor. Oh my god. This is the life we are living, right? This happens also sometimes, like the sheet breaks. Usually it just takes a moment and then it reloads. And look, I have my data back even. So it was maybe a heads up of what was gonna happen. All good, all good. We are back. Where were we though? TripAdvisor. Here. Some builders. Oh, we saw them. See, I've done a lot of them from before. Ring Energy. Down 11%. Back to 175. See, it can't establish itself around 2. Just can't do it. But when it does though. And it's tracking oil, of course. Look here. Barely touching 2 and then down again. Happens all the time. But look at this. Run from 2 to 5 in a pretty short time. And that of course was a bullish run for oil, but Ring is a interesting company. I've been in them before. Keeping an eye on them. If they go low enough, that's definitely one of the companies I want to go back into. Now we are getting to 30% from the 52-week low. It's still okay, because it doesn't mean that because we are screening them, we have to buy them. You track them, you add them to the tracker, you know, and then they can still fall by closer to the 52-week low. But we are getting up to a point where it's a bit higher now. Because here it moves quickly up to 40. Still looking good on some metrics, some of these though. Oh my god, BNED. I don't want to see BNED anymore. Leave me alone, BNED. These are at all-time high in the 52 weeks, so I'm a bit hesitant on those. Yeah, the solar company, and you saw in the dashboard that solar was down. The ETF. I mean, we are getting a bit high now. These ones are not so interesting to me right now, just because of the HBB. Seen them before, right? They are doing great, I think. If it's the one I think, yeah, look. That's a good looking chart. Hey Max, nice to see you on, Max. I tried to answer you a bit on Discord. I haven't checked today if you had written to me, but I hope my answers help you. And feel free to ask in the chat as well. I have the sheets here so I can check a few things if you want to. How are you today, Max? Yeah, look, these are like 70% from the 2-week low, so those charts will look pretty. Whoa. Is this a short squeeze or what? What is going on here? USM. Look at this. A merger or short squeeze or something like that. I hate this new layout in Yahoo. No, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Not interested. Didn't write it. Okay. I'm fine, and you? Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. I have a lot to do today, so this stream might be a bit on the shorter side today, but let's see where we are going. And it's nice weather for a change here. So yeah, gonna be a good day, I think. Good weekend. All right, this for the weekly, and I think we should go into the fundamentals and pull the tickers up, and after we have done that, maybe we can go into the industries and the sectors to see if we can find a few more tickers to do. But these are the ones I pull up today. They're gonna come now. HDU, Gravity, SHEN, you saw me, SHEN, ODP, MYE, and TRIP. Let's start with HDU. I found them in the Daily Movers yesterday. I'm still struggling if I should go with annual or quarterly data. Annual data should be the latest. Yeah, if you look at my sheet here, Max, sorry, I have a lot of things going on down here. Let me find it. So I think it's like to the side here. Hold on. Sorry for scrolling. Here we, no, not here even. They were too long. No, here we go. Here we go. So here are my quarterly numbers. And it pulls in like all the quarters from all the years. And then I add them together, like 4 quarters, and I add them together where you kind of have to add them together. And then I pull that into these here, up here. You see the reference like a cell far long down in the sheet. And then I get everything here, and then again I pull what I need in here. That's how I have done it. I'm still struggling if I should go with annual quarterly data. Annual data should be the latent because the company can revise their data. Yeah, but keep in mind though, Max, that this fundamental sheet is supposed to just give you a quick look for like trends and development in how the sheets are going. If a number is a little bit off, it's okay, but I kind of assume that you have experienced that the numbers are very different, and that's why you are struggling a bit. In some quarters, the numbers get corrected. Yeah. And I just hope then, you know, if some of these numbers are not correct, that's, you see, Dane and me, we go a lot into these actual SEC filings to go direct to the source just to check the numbers. So that's why we also don't want to give away the sheets a little bit, like, you know, that's one of the reasons that we cannot say that this is 100% correct, and we don't want to be responsible for someone having a number that is wrong. So that's why you need extra resources, and you see us usually we go into and check the actual numbers here on the balance sheet and stuff like that. But it's more, in my experience though, these are pretty accurate, and it has been for a long time. And of course I have the benefit to compare a bit with Dane, even though we don't do that often. We do it when we stream and stuff like that, but it's more just to see like a development and a trend. And if the number is 372 or 3, okay, it does matter a lot, but then you need to go into these other sources and check if the information is correct. But I know that, I know you, Max, you are very interested to do research in German companies and European companies, and I must say that I haven't found a way right now for myself to do this with European companies, because I wanted to do that as well. But I haven't looked too much into it, because when I do that, I don't have like the insider information, I don't have whale wisdom, I don't have people writing about it on Seeking Alpha, I don't have the SEC pages. There's a lot of resources that I don't have that I want to. I have looked for it, especially in my country, but you have to pay for that stuff, and I don't want to do that right now. So I have focused on the USA companies and the Canadian companies, and I've kind of landed on that right now. I can't afford to pay for all the information on European companies, so that's why you don't see me do a lot of research on those, which I think it sucks a bit that I can't find the same type of resources in Europe or Northern Europe where I'm from. But it's definitely something I'm looking at to fix in the future, because Y-Sheets has the information. You can pull in data from companies from my country, so the numbers are there, but all the other resources are not, unless you pay for them. And I think I would have to make a completely new sheet for that as well, because I would need new links, and you know, it would pull in data from, not data, but it would pull in information from other websites and stuff like that. The tickers are always not as clean as the US ones, which isn't a big problem. I need to make like a copy of this sheet and test and tweak it a bit, you know. So yeah, no, I agree, that sucks a bit though. And Max, can I just ask you, when you say that companies can change the quarterly numbers, in your experience, is that from Germany companies and European ones? Have you seen that a lot in the United States ones? And I get it that they can do it, but in my experience, this has been pretty accurate, to be honest. Like, I think they have been pretty accurate so far. Okay, so SGU, Star Group, sells home heating and air conditioning products and services to residential and commercial home heating, oil and propane customers in the United States. It also sells diesel fuel, gasoline and home heating oil on a delivery only basis, as well as provide plumbing services and install, maintains, and repairs heating and air conditioning equipment. As of September 21, the company served approximately 422,200 full-service residential and commercial home heating, oil and propane customers, and 71,100 customers on a delivery-only basis. It also sells gasoline and diesel fuel to approximately 26,700 customers. Kestrel Heat operates as the general partner of the company. The company was formerly known as Star Gas Partners and changed its name to Star Group in October 2017, and are based in Stamford, Connecticut. So they sell a lot of these for air conditioning and to heat up places. Now I saw it in the company's PBI when I compare numbers. Pitney Bowes. You are right, many information sources are not available in European countries. Yeah, and that's what has stopped me a bit for doing research. Trust me, it's cheaper for me to buy companies in my own country than it is to buy USA companies because of the fees I have to pay. So if I could find a way that I can do this in more of the European countries and do the same style of research, I would do that. But so far I haven't found the same resources. And also, if I find it for my country, I bet I have to also pay for example, to do German companies. So where does it end, you know? So that's why I haven't done it. Then so far I'm happy with the USA companies. You know, there's a lot here, a lot of opportunities. You just need to switch over to English like everything. You know, I would prefer the language to be my own language, but it is what it is. And for me, it's okay. And Max, when you pull in the quarterly numbers, do you use Y sheets like this part of Y sheets? Because you know you can press the quarter data here and it gives you the quarter data. When it pulls these ones up, you see a Q here. So that's like the quarter data. You see all the Qs instead of the years. Or do you use a formula like the, you know, I have some of them here. Hold on. Where are we? I might have deleted them because I have pushed my sheet performance. Here, one of these. Like, do you use one of these formulas, like stuff like this and trailing 12 months to get like the quarterly data, or how do you do it? Because when I say that I pull in the quarterly data, I'm using the statement dump. I'm using the statement dump here, and I press the quarter data, and it gives me all the quarter data in these ones here. And you are right, though. I did have to go through a lot of trial and error to get, when I pull in the quarter data, I needed to be still correct. And I think my sheet has some mistakes. I've said that all the time, but it's close enough, and that's okay for me right now. So that's what I have done. So, you know, when you talk about PBI, maybe my sheet is the one that has the wrong numbers. Yes, I also do the statement dump for quarterly data. Okay. So can you just, if I pull up PBI here now, maybe we can just compare and see where the mistake is. PBI, by the way, a great ticker. There's a story there, which is going on right now. So definitely a ticker to check out, I think. I've been in them in the past. Sold out though. Go for the EPS 2016 and compare annual with quarterly. Can you give me the annual data, Max? Because if I pull in the annual one here now, I have other things in my sheet that might get a bit messed up, so I don't want to do that live on the stream, because it might take a while to fix it back again. So can you just give me the annual data so I can compare? Yeah, thank you. So where are we? Earnings 2016. So I have 194 per share in earnings. So around 375 million. $2019, okay. So I have around $1.94. And annual you have 23, I see. But that may mean, because and they are quarterly 114 is what you're saying. But for the annual, it's like you see the date that mine is pulling it up from here in the top, so it's end of March. So maybe PBI had like a great quarter after January. There's not so often I'm down in the sheet here. Here we have the EPS. So 1032 is the EPS. And you wanted for 2019. So the last quarter in 2019, they had a pretty good and mine is then calculating these four ones, right? Yeah. My explanation was probably not the best either, Max, but I always like it's always 4 quarters still in my data set. It just moves like when I have the Q2 data, it takes it from the Q2 and then trailing 12 months back from there. So that's how I've done it. I don't remember right now how I do the EPS. I think maybe 132. Yeah, I just have taken it from this. 1283. That's a long way down. 1283F. No, S. So here. And where do we get this number from? Yeah, so here you can see where it has taken it from max. And it has calculated, oops, like these four. And the sum of those are 94 cents. That's where, that's how I do it. So let me know if that helped you. And you know, I don't remember what you said they had for 2019. Annual, they have 23 cents, but maybe that's, yeah. So maybe when they do the annual, they just show this one. They just show this one, I bet. In your sheet. That's my. If you ask Guillermo, he can probably explain it to you. But I think that's the only way I can think of right now. And maybe I'm doing it wrong, but saying that though, I don't care too much about the EPS anyways. But it's good. I get the idea. The number should be somewhat correct at least. But when I compare mine with the Dayne's on the EPS as well, we are pretty similar. We are pretty similar there. Anyways, let's move on. Guillermo said the companies revise their data in some years at the end of the year. Yeah, which I'm sure he's right about, and maybe he. So the end of the year statement, it's the most latest data. Yeah. But I'm not sure if he understood what you meant then, because if you... Well, I'm not sure what's going on, Max. You should probably continue to speak with him. Yeah. It's a bit hard when you just explain to someone in text, because it's a bit hard to tell, you know. But I don't think that matters if they, because also if they revise their numbers, if you pull them in again, you know, YSheet should update that in their statement up as well. So I think they have good system for that. And by the way, if you find a mistake in the numbers or anything like that, tell Guillermo on Discord, because they are very quick to fix it. So they want you to help them to fix the numbers that are not accurate and stuff like that. So yeah. All right. Forget about the PBI then. Going back to SGU. But keep asking questions, Max, if you have any. So SGU's big revenue drop. The margins looks down on the 3-year average, but look here, in the latest year they are up. So maybe if you go on these are the averages. So maybe they have turned around a bit, and I guess you can see some of it in they are now 8% from the 52-week low, but been through a rough period here. Almost a double in a pretty short time though. They trade below, above book, and they don't have any, you know, the tangible book is in on the minus side. But I kind of like the operating and free cash flow here though. I think that's pretty good, to be honest. Don't like the dividend because it's a pretty it's a somewhat good dividend as well, you know. But you can see they are not too levered. But my sheet says it should issue shares up to 41 million to delever the numbers a bit. So they have some debt, and I noticed also they don't have cash on the book right now. So what are they going to do? Because they have short-term debt of 64 million, which is pretty... that number is high. They have paid off some debt though. And they have, like... if you look at from here, the share count is substantially down. Which, you know, you kind of like to see it, but now they have debt coming their way. What are they talking about with their debt? They have a revolver. $45, so my sheet had a bit of a high number. 45 is still high though, because they don't have any cash here. Let me check again their, just to confirm their cash position. $12 million. They are not anywhere near to cover the short-term debt. They have the revolver though. Seems like the 27 is like the main date here, which helps. That helps. And also the revolver. Maybe the debt isn't that big of an issue. I do like this cash generation, I must say that. Insiders own 13%. Who are they? This guy, Brian H. Lawrence. E. Yorktown Energy Partners. And then you have these two who owns a little bit, but check well wisdom. And then you don't find York down here. Anyways, didn't find too many familiar names there. I want to see on Seeking what people are saying, because you know, the cash generation here is attractive. Not a lot of comments at all. This guy is bullish on the technical side, but that's from December, and then he has from April. Let's check this one out. He has a buy rating at $11, and now it's at 10.73. Starter stock has experienced a negative return of at least 10% since our buy recommendation in 2023. Despite the negative returns, we are maintaining our buy rating on Star Group due to a keen valuation, well-covered yield, and robust free cash flow numbers. And they had a robust free cash flow numbers, so I'm not going to say anything to that. The company's second quarter numbers are expected to be announced in early May. The guy doing a lot of technicals. So we are reiterating a buy rating as we approach the release of the company's first quarter earnings, which they had now, and I didn't see them move up too much. He's talking about the dividend as well, and that's something I don't necessarily like in this company for my strategy. I do find them a bit interesting though. And keep in mind, we saw the margins are up on the last year, you know. They are almost in line for the 2019 numbers. What's their operating expense? Yeah, the operating expense is up. So my worries is the debt. They need to take care of the debt, the long-term debt. I think they could survive with the short-term, and if they do generate cash here, so I'm not too worried now anymore about the short-term. But the long-term, they need to continue this, and but I like them because of the cash flow they generate, and you see capex is not too high, and it's coming down as well. The same people writing about it over and over, and it's very few comments. Just want to check, like, yeah, they had a hold there. I must say though, I do think they are too expensive here. I would need a substantial discount actually. But if it goes down to, like, you know, 7, 8, I find it. I don't think it will. But if it does, I could find it more interesting. I think I'm gonna add it to the tracker. What were they though? Gas utilities. That's another thing though. Gas. I think is here. Here we go. Current price were 1073. I will go 7 pretty heavy. I'm not sure if it's ever going to get there, but it's a target. Low, a little bit because of that. They do have attractive fundamentals, I think. Good cash generation. Very low tangible book value. They do have high debt long term, but seem to be in control of their short term due to their revolver. They do pay dividend and are currently trading closer to 52-week low, so you may not get a big drop here. Pay attention to insider buys or a big move down towards 7. I just forgot to check out that guy. Brian Lawrence. I just want to do a quick Google search on him. And he owned 15% almost. Just writing that he's involved. I'm not gonna dive more into this right now, but I haven't figured. Is he? He's not on the board, is he? Is this? This is another one, right? So the Yorktown partnership. And this is what I'm saying. I'm not doing that now, but this is just a note to myself. Like, if this does get attractive, pay attention to this and dig into what this is about. Sometimes my notes are a bit stupid, but I just want to do something quick and get them in there so I can track it. Like I said, I think this is expensive, so it needs to drop before I get interested anyways. And if it doesn't happen, then why should I spend time now digging into all that stuff? Sometimes it's just good to get them in the tracker and then you do more work on them later, you know. So here they are, SGU. Yeah, no, I like it. Let's move on then. Max is asking, what do you think about Save? That's the airline that the merger got a bit messed up, right? In general, not super keen on the airline companies. On the fundamental side, I know there was some there was some high names involved in that ticker, and then they got it wrong when the merger didn't happen. I think we had them in an intro video because it had a massive drop that day. I haven't pulled them up, Max. I can see if we have time today, I can pull them up here, but in general, not a big fan of the airlines. What are your thoughts on it, Max? Have you done research on Save? I think I really like this script. Just tick this box, and then tickers come up here, and I have another script that all these fields, if I press them, my ticker up here will change to the one I press. It's just to save me time, but it took a while to get these scripts working, so I'm really happy that I managed a way to find them. And it saves me a lot of like scrolling in here and check like the tickers and stuff. So I just like it. Okay, let's move to gravity. Oh no. See, this is what I mean, Max. Foreign company, look at my numbers. Cannot do this. Cannot do anything here because I don't trust any of these numbers. Oh, you haven't done research on Save yet. We can go to Save now then. Forget about gravity. By the way, I forgot to do something. Just need to do that. SGU. Yeah, they're good. Gravity. Come on. If I move too quickly, it doesn't register. And this is another script. I just need to, every ticker I do research, I need to press this button and it add them to my database of stocks I've done research on. So I can't forget to press this button. I try to get my sheets working and I double check numbers with Edgar. Yeah, you should do that, and also double check numbers with Dane and myself. See if we vary a lot, all three of us. And also Roaring Kitty, you can use his data from when he streamed and your historical data. You have a lot of examples to compare against. I personally, before I met Dane even, I compare only to Roaring Kitty and I got somewhat close. It wasn't perfect at all, but it was close. It showed the same trends, and then I was happy. And then when I found Dane also, we compared, and we were pretty similar both. So the way I have it right now, it's good enough for me. So save here. You can see like this is a disaster for them, Max. Everything on the minus side. They are based in Florida. This is an airline, and if you don't know the story here, there's a merger that just killed them because it didn't happen, I think. They need to fire a lot of pilots. They are in big trouble. Where we go. There. JetBlue Spirit deal is scrapped. So they had a deal, and there was a lot of big investor names into this, and then it didn't go. I know Jeremy Raper was one of them. We can check actually. Here, which is a reason he's still looking at it, and new lows might have to revisit that share price target a good deal lower. This seems code for the commerce are getting largely equitized this summer, i.e. in 3 months or so. So he's still in it then. There's a lot of interest here, so you're gonna find a lot of tweets. I just know Jeremy, he had some tweets when that didn't go through, that deal. But I see the dates, like I have to scroll for a day or two to get to find them. So check out Jeremy Raper and his tweets about it if you want to see his take on that whole story. But it has continued to drop since, you know, obviously on the chart, this was here. Looks really ugly, right? But yeah, Max, the market cap is still somewhat big though, and look at the depth, and that's the airlines, they kind of have this, but this is big, this is massive. Short term 400 million, they have cash to cover it, but you see they have also sold some assets here, and they are firing a lot of the pilots now, so they will have to, like, and look at the short interest, 27%. The spirit is gone, time to sell. Yeah, what are the margins? Oh, that's a big drop in all of them. And what is the operating expense here? Yeah, still high the last 2 years, and it's growing. Max, I think even if this may be cheap, the thesis is obviously, are they going to make it? Are they going to make it? That's the thesis, right? But there's a lot of issues here. The depth, number one, is big. When you cut out, what was it, 200 pilots? $260 pilots. Oh, there's an update. They've done that. So I kind of like to see that though. They are trying to survive here. I don't like that people lose their jobs. Obviously, that's not what I meant. But as a company, they are at least trying to keep themselves over water. Company expects to be operating income positive by the end of the year and to break even on a net basis. I just know also from my country, the flight in Europe, the flight industry is brutal. They are buying each other up. The pilots, like, they are renting in pilots. It's very complicated, and nothing can go wrong. If some small part goes wrong, you are in big trouble straight away. Which seems, you can see it here. and it's very hard then to get back on your feet. Maybe then JetBlue wanted to buy them, or buy them, and it didn't go through. But grounded planes, you know. It's just like, even if they say they will be positive, right now in my situation, I'm not gonna bet, not bet, that's the wrong word, but I'm not gonna invest in something like this. This is too risky. I'm not saying that it won't survive and that it won't, you know, make it, but I mean, just look at the delusion my sheet is suggesting, and that's probably not gonna happen. But there are massive debt here. They only have so many things they can do. It seems like they are trying, so that's good. But this needs a big turnaround, you know. And I'm not too familiar with the flight industry, because what I've just said, it's very complicated. And Max, I would stay away from this personally for now. But also because I see better opportunities that are a little bit less risky. But saying that though, if you have a little bit of money, maybe it's worth putting into something like this, because you know, when you do it in our style and our strategy, you're gonna be involved in some company that will not make it. But if companies like this can actually turn around, this is a big winner all of a sudden, you know. Yeah, let me know what you saw, Max, and what you're thinking. I have said this before, but our oil fund, the YouTube channel, they have the manager of the oil fund, like the CEO, he was interviewing the Ryanair boss. This is a long time ago, many years, and for people who don't know, Ryanair is like a airline in Europe that are a bit famously known for being cheap. And they are cheap, but then if you add like luggage, and there's heaps of things you can add where they kind of end up not being that cheap, but still cheap. But also you get what you pay for. It's not the most comfortable airline I've been on, but I've used them a lot. It's kind of what you use. Anyways, my point is, the boss there, he was saying like in the future he could see that in Europe it will only exist like 4 airlines, that they will all eat each other, and you will be left with like 4 big ones that control everything. That's where he saw the industry moving. And you know, for save, maybe then they will be bought up at some point, which they kind of were, and then they stopped the deal, which makes you think, will that ever happen then? So nah, too many risk factors here, Max. But don't listen to me. Go and check out Jeremy Raper and what he thinks about it. Mind you though, he got it wrong on the last time he was in. And if you find his tweets, he admitted it as well, that it didn't go like the way he planned. So you shouldn't always listen to anyone, you know. You need to do your own research and check your own stuff out before you do anything. It's very important actually, because then if something goes good or something goes bad, you can thank yourself both directions and not blame anyone else for your success or your losses. I think that's highly important in this game. Anyway, let's move to SHEN. We saw them in the weekly movers. So this is from the weekly movers. So SHEN, that was the tele company. Look at the insider buys. Something I see straight away here. And we pulled them up in the weekly, and we saw the numbers were not too high, but from this guy Mackay and French, those are substantial and those are a bit more meaningful. But what caught our eyes in the weekly movers though is they all bought on the same day, which was also a little bit later than a big drop you saw in the chart. So it went on this day all the way down to 1180. And then of course they bought in like here on the way up again. So right now they are up on their investment. And you see that that's pretty low for them to go down here. So I can understand if you are management and you see that drop and you want to go back in. That's a positive sign on its own. Now let's check the fundamentals. So it trades at 17. That's around book value and also tangible book value. So it's currently around there. Revenue is a bit smaller, but it has historically has been dropping since 2017. A little bit on the way up. But if also you include this, they seem to struggle a bit. They show up as levered here, but the sheet doesn't issue shares. But it doesn't really matter because look at this. The last 3 years has been pretty bad for them, and especially this 22. But something must have happened here because look at the numbers down here with the depth. So I'm not sure. And then they went from like. Yeah, I need to check that out if it's only like from the pandemic or whatever it is. But these years here are pretty good though. But far away from that now. They have cash, almost 400 million, which is not bad. And that's enough to cover. Why they have so much cash though? Has there been like a... Let's check here. Is there a merger or something? Where are we? 21, 22? There's a lot of expansion going on in that time. Something weird. Is it this one maybe? $2 billion for a asset sale. So is that what happened then? But it's a bit weird because the it doesn't reflect in the numbers. Oh, sorry. We paid off all the debt with that sale. That was here. It doubled in that time after. And they spent a lot of that in a special dividend for that year, which doesn't show up in my sheet even. But I see earnings here is drastically up, and then the debt was down, you know. So I think I figured out what happened, and but I'm just a bit. Like the assets were stayed much the same, you know, but it has grown since then though, so that's good, I guess. But then the years after, they were not generating as much in cash here, and that year will affect the averages that I'm using. But if you look at these two, then they're on the way up a bit. High capex. Revenue is slowly growing, and operating cash flow is positive, but free cash flow not. And earnings barely, you know. Operating expense is a bit down though, so and they will check the margins. In general, margins are down. They have some sale here or something. Yeah. So with all that said, I don't really like it. I do like historically though that they do this. It seems like shareholder was much awarded in this time period. But then now, like, look at the capex. They have control of debt, and they do have a large cash position though. They are around book value right now, so that's kind of why I say I'm not the biggest fan right now, because I would need a substantial drop here to get interested. And not only that, I would also need to see this free cash flow number going back up. But of course, if they can start to generate free cash flow and the share price drop, then it's a different story. But I'm not sure if they're going to do that. Saying that this cash is substantial, you know, I just want to see if that's real. Yeah, it is. So they have a lot of cash on books. So, and what are people talking about it? Did we see also the owners? We didn't. So these guys are 13D filing, added now. Quite substantially too. Who are these though? I hate when I search like a fund or something and I don't find information on them. Anyways, That is meaningful though, because they seem to be like activist investors. That has taken a new position in them. Not a new, but like, this is a lot of shares in one purchase. All right. That's a bit interesting. With the cash position also. Still don't think I should add them to the tracker, but they need to start to generate free cash flow again. And they need to drop as well. Saying that though, it was recently at $12. Remember the chart? Look at this. It's on the way up. After a long turn down here. Nah, I think I'm gonna leave this. But it's on like, keep in mind though, I had added this to the database here, but I'm not adding them to the tracker. But it's on the, how do you say it? I'm almost adding them. But I think it takes maybe too long for them to turn that around with the free cash flow. This guy was the only one writing about them, and they did miss now on earnings. Nah, I'm moving on. ODP is the next one. Based in Florida. A little bit of a big company, 1.5 almost in market cap, 40, trades at 40.76. So that's way above book value. But they are generating good operating cash flow and free cash flow. They have had positive earnings now the last year. There's an asset sale here. Let's check how much that is. 261. Almost 100 million. So what are they going to use that on? They have bought back shares actually quite a bit in the margins. Yeah, bit down but steady. You see the numbers are, it's pretty tight though. Yeah, we read the description earlier. They do trade close to the 52-week low. No insiders though, and the insider owns in general just 3%, which is on the smaller side. What's the other ownership here? Greenlight is involved. Oh, it's a big position even. This is Einhorn. Big position for them. And if you count these ones, they have like, you know, 40 positions. and it's their 6th largest, this one. And when did they own for the first time? 2021. And they have added now in February. All right, that's meaningful. Einon is no joke. So what was that asset sale? New share repurchase program as well. There like a fight going on here, or is RX our owner? What is this? So RX has sent a activist letter, I think. Can't find that asset sale though. Maybe here. Yeah, I guess it's that. My calculation was also roughly around 100 million. So I guess this is the one they have sold some office space. Okay. Do they say what they are gonna use that for? Lowers our annual operating costs. So they've cut the... But... Yeah. They cut down the operating costs quite drastically also if you look historically here. It's not bad. All right. Well, this has a few things though. Greenhorn involved. They have like shown that they do things. There was some. What is that activist letter though? Couldn't find. Oh, sorry. Couldn't find much about that. What was the name? Arix? Oh, here they are talking about it. Arix Capital Management recently argues for spinning off the retail business, divesting Varis, and increasing leverage to buy back shares. Okay. I think there's some good points here being raised. Because we saw the share buybacks, right? Which is a lot in these years. And they say like it hasn't showed in the share price at all. It's pretty much flat since 21. You know, it's not flat, but it's up and down here, and you know. This is a bit interesting to me. And when was this letter? End of year 23. They are pretty much like saying that they want to split the business up and structure it a bit different, and then maybe take on leverage also to buy back even more shares. And you know, look at this drop. Green on involved. This is a activist investor letter that they are trying to make them do something. There's a 10% short interest. The share price is high right now, but they do generate cash flow and they are not paying a dividend here, you see. I'm not worried about the debt. They show up as levered, but it doesn't issue shares, and I think they have cash there, 206 million. Short-term debt is fine. Then the remaining, because their cash generation is good. I'm not too worried about the debt here. And they are purchasing back shares too. I'm adding them to the tracker. Good, 2 companies to the tracker today. I need them cheaper though. And it's a bit annoying because you see on the chart they were down here to 30. I think I will write 30, which is you might not get 30. And I'm writing like activist investor, and the fundamentals are attractive too, and Einhorn. Sorry, that was a lot to write. I'm pretty much just saying like there's an activist letter there. Greenlight is involved. They have been involved for years. It's their 6th largest position. The fundamentals looks okay. They do generate cash flow here. They have somewhat control of the debt, in my opinion. I need to write the short interest as well. They are purchasing shares. I was writing that, and they have some cash. Need to do that also. What was the other thing I just said? Repurchasing shares, yeah. They got their operating expense down. it looks like a good business that has stopped up growing a little bit lately, and that's why you get the investor letter and stuff like that. Just putting that in and saving it to the tracker. I think that's good. I like this one. But too expensive. It needs to drop. It needs to drop for me. And that may not happen, but that's why I have them in tracker. There was no insiders though, was it? Just sell. I should point that out. This button is sick. Can search up and modify the thing. But a big buy is big from the inside. But saying that though, they are purchasing back shares aggressively. So that's also in here, you know. Something to keep in mind when there's a lack of inside buying. There's a big share repurchase program here, so it can be explained with that, you know. Yeah. Okay, good. Good stuff. I think I need to go. Been streaming for 2 hours now. I have 2 tickers left. I might save them for Tuesday. And by the way, I haven't 100% confirmed with Dayne yet if I'm going to do Tuesday and he's going to do Thursday. But I will let you guys know on Twitter. And update everyone there, so follow us on Twitter for information about this. I'm gonna save MYE and Trip to the next stream. And Max, thank you for using the chat. I've seen other people are watching as well, so thanks for everyone watching and tuning in. We really appreciate every single one of you that spend time with us doing this. I think today was good. I didn't believe that I would get so many tickers, but I'm happy with how it went, and I've added 2 to the tracker sheet. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to go through the industries and sectors and all that. I hope I can do that on stream soon. But I have to say though, those sheets that I have for the industries and sectors are too simple. I need to rebuild them in a more complicated way. But I'm kind of waiting a little bit for Y sheets there, because I need to build out my universe, and for that I need Y sheets to fix a few minor mistakes they have right now. So I'm waiting a little bit on that. But yeah, thanks for everyone spending time with me on a Saturday, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I will see everyone else on Tuesday. And if it's not me, it's gonna be Dayne. So we're gonna stream on Tuesday. So just enjoy the rest of the weekend, and thanks again for tuning in, everyone. See ya.